Hello guys, today we're gonna add a moon to our weather system. This will be a second directional light placed in our scene, and the logic behind the feature is very simple. When our sun is going down to the horizon, our moon will be rising up. So let's begin. Let's add a second directional light actor to our scene. For this, in World Outliner, search for our sun, then use a shortcut Ctrl W to duplicate it. Next, rename it to Moon. Then, in Details panel, search for Atmosphere Sunlight Index. Set the value to 1. So, our sun has index of 0, our moon has index of 1. Next, let's change the light color of our moon. And now we are good. First of all, we'll add some basic logic to see how it will work, and then we'll proceed with customization. Open Weather System Blueprint, and let's add a variable which will store the reference for our moon. Change variable type to directional light actor. Make it visible. Next, let's go to the construction script, and here we need to duplicate the rotation stack of logic for our sun. Then we'll need to make some adjustments. First of all, replace the sun with our moon reference. Next, pull a wire from getFloatValue node and search for float multiplies float. Set the value to -1, so we'll have the opposite direction. Now, let's add validation logic, so we won't have any errors during the customization of our moon in the scene. Now, let's copy stack of logic for the moon rotation and paste it right after the same stack of logic but for sun in our event graph. Well, just like this. Now, go back to our level, select Weather System, provide the proper reference for our moon, Next, set small value for day length, and the basic setup is complete, and we can actually see how the basic logic works in our game. Now let's launch it and see. And we have some artifacts, but we'll deal with them when we customize our lighting. Let's continue. To start with, we actually need to create curve vector to define moon intensity during night cycle for both weather states, for clear sky and sky covered with clouds. So let's do it. Rename it to C_moon intensity. Now let's open it and make quick adjustments. As you remember from the previous episode, the x-axis go for clear weather type, the y-axis for cloudy weather type. The workflow you know. First of all, let's create time bounds. Now, as for example, let's go with straight line. Now, as you can see, for the clear sky, we go with the value of 1.5, and for cloudy state, with a value 0.75. Now, we need to go back to our weather system blueprint, and here, let's add a variable which will store the reference for moon intensity curve. Change type to vector curve. Make it visible. Then press compile, and don't forget to provide the proper reference. Now we need to go to update weather function and we need to duplicate this part of logic that actually changed the sun intensity. So let's do it. And here we need to make some adjustments. We actually need to change sun reference to our moon reference and sun intensity curve to moon intensity curve. Next, let's go back to our level and make some changes to our moon. First of all, we need to change the color so it won't be so bright. Next, let's change source angle to bigger value because moon is closer to us than the sun, so the actual size from the point of view is bigger. I'll go with the value of 3. Next, set use temperature and change temperature from the default one to something bigger. For example, 9300. The higher temperature is, the more colder look we will have. Next, change shadow amount to smaller value. For instance, I'll go with 0.1. Next, light shafts. I don't think we need it at night, so switch them off. And let's see how our lightning has changed after our walk. So let's launch the game. Well, the result is much more better than the previous one we have, but we still need to continue adjusting it. Well, to save your time, guys, I played around with the default attributes of moon and actually adjusted some of them in Skylight intensity curve. The attributes are actually for the night period of day. I'll show you my setup, and right now I'm quite happy with the result I achieved. I think we can stop the developing of weather system at this point for a while. We just need to focus on developing some other features. So don't be frustrated. We'll come back here a little bit later. So, as for moon intensity, for the clear sky, I set the value to 1.15. For the cloudy sky, I've gone with 0.8. Next, for skylight intensity, from 6 till 20 o'clock, we have in our sunny state the value of 1, and for the night period of time we have the value of 0.65. For cloudy state, the daytime period has 0.75 and night state 0.4. Next, we had some artifacts on mixing the colors of fog and scattering on our horizon, and actually with this kind of colors we can have pretty much realistic behavior of our fog. In day, it looks like a little bit smoggy, and at night we actually don't need it too much, so the horizon and the sky will blend with nearly black but a little bit bluish color. Also, as for moon, the source angle I set to 7, so our moon will look much bigger, and it's up to you, but I really like the way it looks. The temperature for night period of day is 9300. Actually, everything is the same as it was earlier. For sky atmosphere, you can go with high fog contribution with different values. 0 means there is no contribution, and in scattering of fog on our horizon when the sun or moon rises up or going down will have no impact. The higher the value is, the more brighter and wider various of colors we will have. So play around with attributes too. And one more thing left. In Unreal version 4.26 we will have a lightweight version of Skylight capturing per frame, but I have implemented a little timer to recapture it with a period of 0.2 seconds. So I really don't like using cube maps, ambient cube maps in my scene. So for the Skylight, I just have in source type capture scene, and you can try it yourself. Basically, on event begin play, we need to add set timer by event. Then we need to create a custom event, rename it to recapture sky, and from Skylight pull a wire and search for recapture sky. Next, pull a wire from event and search for create event. Then search for our custom event, and this setup will be completed. I will add 2 videos captured with NVIDIA Shadow Play to demonstrate you the results I have. In the next video, I will add a clock which will tell us what hour it is now, and after that we will start developing interaction system. So I hope you like this video. Don't go too harsh on me. Leave a comment, subscribe, and leave your feedback. It's really important to me. Thank you.